She's back in Colorado, guys.
Welcome to Murder with My Sister from two different states once again.
Yeah, I'm Lisa.
Hi,
I'm
Marie.
just stupid old Lisa in unlucky Illinois.
Stupid
I
Illinois.
know Colorado's so lucky to have you.
I don't know about that.
They
Colorado's
are.
kind of weird. There's some weird people out here, I just got to tell you.
There's weird people everywhere. Jesus freaking Christ.
This is the thing. When we lived in Seattle, I felt like this too. I feel like there are weird people everywhere, but for whatever reason, we know how to tuck our crazies away a little bit. Like we didn't sit them on the front porch and let everyone wave to them. Out here, they're just around. They're everywhere.
Well, I'm gonna go
They don't
back
hide them.
to our story about Betty Broderick and just go with that
Yeah,
whole a little bit of crazy is kind of fun, right?
kind of
Kind
fun.
of fun a little. If everybody just acted a little, oh my God, just a little off the rocker.
Just a little.
Just once in a while, do something batshit crazy. Like when you told me that lady came to you at what, like 5 minutes to 5.
Mm.
That's the perfect opportunity to act a little crazy. Cause like when I said, just pretend like you don't see her. And
Like
she'd be like,
like do the
yeah,
eye twitch. Like
timing is everything when it comes to acting a
no.
little bit crazy. Know your audience,
You're right.
read the
You're right.
room. Okay. It's got to be timed right. But if you act just a tiny bit crazy, you could pull off something magical.
You're not wrong.
I haven't nailed it yet because I come off probably a little more crazy than a lot, like a little more than a little,
Oh no,
where people are like, "Ooh, gosh, she's a
that's a
weird
lot.
one."
That's a lot.
And that's okay too. That's 100% okay too. I said my personality is holy shit.
You're welcome.
I blew mine up to 140.
Oh shit.
I do in my in the fit, like what is it called? Like how you view it in your
Yeah.
view. I blown mine up to 140%
Oh, I do
on my big
Control
screen.
A, and I just changed the
Mhm.
font
Yeah, the font,
to
yeah, I just saw that you
14
gave
or
me 14.
whatever.
So now it's 14 and it's at
Oh,
140%. I can read it now.
so there's
I
like
don't have
two
to do
lines on
this.
the whole screen.
Yeah, I don't have to do and the document went from 4 pages to
To
72.
70. That's funny. Oh, you know what? So
Whoopsie.
today we went to the Honeybee Festival in Grand Junction.
Love that.
It's like it reminds me of the sandwich fair that we would go to after Labor
Mhm.
Day.
Mhm.
It's not nowhere near as big, but it
Got
kind
it.
of that's the vibe. So we drove up there today and we went last year and they always have a bunch of stuff and they actually have honeybee hives with like where
Mhm.
you could see them and stuff.
I follow honeybee people on TikTok all
I
the
love
time.
them.
I
I
It's
love
my
them.
favorite. It's aside from slapping cats, baby goats, and then third is bees. Like, let me
Yes.
watch you rescue bees
I love
all
it.
fucking day
I
long.
love
I love it.
the
I
bee lady
love
from
the real gentle
Texas.
one,
Yeah, and she's like,
Texas honeybees.
"Another day of
Day of
saving the
saving the bees.
bees."
And it's another great day of saving the bees.
I love her. I love
Baby
her.
bees. How she says, and it's full of baby bees.
Bees.
Like she's
Gentle
ba
baby
gentle baby
bees.
bees.
I love it.
Shit.
I love her.
I would have those bees attacking me so violently. I'd be like, oh fuck, they got fuck. And then and the bees would be everywhere swarming.
No.
That's how they would come after
So
me.
on the way there, because it's a little over an hour from here to Grand Junction.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, Justin, I'm driving, whatever. We always stop at Starbucks and get a coffee and then we start on our way.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Justin, what do you want to listen to? And usually I make him listen to some, true crime obsessed or something like that. And he's like, I don't care, whatever you want. And I was like, let's listen to the spooky season episode. So we listened to the spooky season episode and the part where we lost our shit and we couldn't stop laughing. I left it all in. I left
Good.
it all in.
Yeah, I heard it.
And I was crying laughing as I'm driving, and he's crying laughing. And I was like, I wonder if anyone else who doesn't
No,
know us laughs like
no.
that.
They're all like, "What are they laughing about?"
What
And
is
because what was it
happening?
ironic? I'm like, "Do you know what ironic is?" Oh, hey, do you know
You
what?
better
Speaking of
not
that,
fucking you
you
better not
better
fucking
don't you
say
fucking know. I am glad you brought that up because
what?
here's what happened the other day when I was telling that story. Everyone, listen up. When I was telling that story, I had mentioned that the boat capsized, right? And then
Correct.
half of it was underwater, and that the
Yes.
Chicago River is only 22 feet deep. And in
Yes.
my lady brain, I was like, ooh, 22 feet so deep. Oh my God, that's like a lot. I measured my backyard yesterday. From the
Okay.
fence to my house is 34 feet.
No.
So imagine a boat capsizing in my backyard.
No.
It's 34 feet
That's
from
crazy.
my house to my fence. And I have a small backyard.
And you have a small yeah, I don't think I
Like
would have thought that that was 34 feet.
because the people who designed this neighborhood gave me a gigantic front yard. Thanks for
Mm.
that useless piece of fucking property.
Why is it every time I look at a house for sale, it's on the corner? And in those instances, you have large
Hooker.
front
Oop,
yards and a
sex
side
worker.
yard, whatever. But the backyards suffer for it. I'm like, I don't want a corner property anymore.
Let me tell you something. I didn't realize until we moved in because in my brain I was like, "Oh, this back of the backyard's a nice size. That's what we can manage that. We can totally manage that."
Mhm.
Was I not remembering that we also have to do the front yard? Like in my brain, I just never put, well, you got and if they had just taken the house and just put it like just fucking 5 or 6 feet to the
Scooched
front,
it forward.
just
Yeah.
scooch it forward, you dum dums. I don't need a big dumb driveway that 4 cars can park in.
We're
That's so
gonna find out.
stupid.
We're gonna find out what Joe Schmo designed and built that neighborhood, and we're gonna go. They're alive. We're gonna go find those guys.
Yeah.
Be
Well,
like,
I
so.
also don't like that I live in a subdivision. Like, I told my realtor and Eric that I wanted to live in a neighborhood, not a subdivision, and when we
Mm,
were looking, they're like, those are the same thing." And I'm like,
no,
no,
they're
they're
not.
not."
No, they're
I'm
not.
like, "A neighborhood is a neighborhood. There's many points of entry, like me,
Yeah.
and then you can get in and out easily, like me." A subdivision is like, you get in here, and that's it, and
Yeah.
all the houses are the fucking same,
And you have a sign with the name of your subdivision. Neighborhoods don't have signs when you cross
right?
into
You just
them.
know when you get into them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupids.
Stupid.
Okay. So, here we are again.
So I have to say at the top of the episode, thank you, Charmini, for telling me about this story.
Yeah, thank you, Charmini, for the lovely compliments too.
We love you.
We
My
do.
sister, my sister thought it was very funny about your comment with the C. diff. That was nice.
Mhm. It was super nice. She made my day. She made my day with her comments. So, see how Charmini gave us nice comments
That's what we're
and
looking for.
that's what we want. We want and
Hmm.
then we'll tell all of you thank you for that. Right now,
Anybody
you
else, we're gonna
just
delete it.
now, right now, just we're thanking you for listening, and we're thanking you. The people I can definitely tell you, I know no one in the UK, and there's people in the UK listening. So
Like 2%.
thanks.
There's like point
18,
2. Oh, there's
18%.
18%?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everyone
Mm-hmm.
over across the pond.
Welcome, welcome, guys.
That's so
Welcome.
exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's okay. I love
love it.
UK too because there's the two Brits that travel to America. I
Yeah.
love them. And also they talk better than we do, like with the
Yeah,
way that
probably
they can
so.
say cunt all the time.
I know.
Fucking
It's
so
such a
jealous
bad
of
thing
that.
here. But
I
I used to
know.
say bloody hell a lot in my Buffy the Vampire days. I said bloody hell a lot because of Spike. And that's like a big no-no in the UK. Like
Oh, is
that
that
one's
right?
worse than cunt. Yeah,
Really?
I know.
Well, I'll be
I know.
darned.
Go
So
figure.
you know what I learned? One of my girlfriends was married to a UKer, and she told me a great secret that they do, which I think is pretty ingenious. When they have the burning poops, they put their toilet paper in the Frigidaire, cool it down. Then they wipe their asses with it. Nice, cool
I
toilet
don't
paper.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate it either. I
I think
don't
that's an
fucking
excellent idea.
geniuses over there. Geniuses.
Man, we really
Right
missed
in
the
that
mark on a
fridge.
lot of stuff, didn't
Yeah,
we?
just I mean, it's so obvious. Your ass is on fire, put your fucking toilet paper in the fucking freezer. How simple is
Hello.
that? How simple.
Wow. It
Huh.
reminds me of
You
ice
all here now,
diapers.
and for all of you that are listening, you're welcome. Try it.
Did you ever hear
Ice down that bum.
of ice diapers?
No.
Okay. So back in late 90s when I was a nursing student, and I remember I
Mhm.
worked mother baby and I worked at midnight shift,
I remember when you worked mother baby.
and I would just go to work and take care of babies all night, and then they would
Mhm.
eventually all go to sleep, and then I had a lot of time to study. It was lovely. So
Oh.
the postpartum moms, like, some of them
Mhm.
had a really hard time pushing those kids out, and they were really swollen and painful down there.
Yep.
We would back in the day, they probably have, like, an actual thing now, but back in the day, we would take the baby diapers,
Mhm.
we would cut the sides off so it was like a big
Mhm.
maxi pad, right?
Love it. I'm
We would
following.
separate the back part so we could stuff it full of ice and then
Girl.
put that on their bum and put their little mesh panties over it, and
I bet they
it
were
would catch all
so
of the liquid
happy.
because it was a
A
diaper,
diaper.
but it was cool
Cold.
on their bum.
I'll bet they loved you.
Let me tell you,
If you gave me a
nurses are
maxi
fucking
pad full of
problem
ice,
solvers.
fuck yeah, you are.
Problem solvers.
I'm I'm gonna be real honest. There's a chance I try that just to try it.
Just to see what it's like.
I still have Cash still
Couple
has
diapers.
diapers. He
Mhm.
does. I don't know why I still have them. They're from, like, way long sizes ago, but
Mhm.
I didn't I'm like, "I'm not gonna throw them away." Like, maybe somebody will come over with a baby, and they'll be like, "Hey, do you need a diaper?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I actually got one."
Actually got one.
I'm gonna cut off the arms. Nope,
Mhm.
that's not right. I'm
The
gonna
little
cut off the tags,
taps. Yeah.
and I'm gonna stuff it with ice,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna sit on it. I think I am.
Mhm.
Stay tuned, everyone.
All right.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay.
All right. You ready for a really awful story?
Who isn't?
Oh my god.
Take me down this road of darkness and
All right.
depravity.
The sources for this story are Oxygen True Crime Episode 802, The
Okay.
Charlie Project, The Vanished Podcast, and it was a two-part series. So it was
Yes, it
two
was.
episodes. They
Mhm.
have a lot of episodes, but this was a
They did.
two-parter.
I started following them after we started listening because I actually
So
like them a lot.
I like whoever does the narration. She's really easy to listen to.
Yeah.
So the first time this story aired, I think it was October of 2020. And then something happened that we'll tell you about in 2025, that they re-released it and then they added on the second episode the updated stuff.
Can I
So
tell you it was the February 3rd episode, was part 2, and then well, so they dropped and then February 2nd was part 1, so just so that we're all there.
so this was interesting. And Charmaine Charmaine, my friend, actually told me about this story because she lived in Joliet, not far or on the same block as where this person used to live. So we're doing the story of the disappearance and likely murder of Joan Bernal. So Joan Bernal, I think she was 34 at the time that she went missing, was
Mhm.
last seen December 9th, 1988. Her husband, Gilbert Bernal Sr., because there is a junior,
Mhm.
said they were driving to Texas for a vacation. Joan changed her mind, said she needed to come home. He says he dropped her off at a bus station in McAllister, Oklahoma, gave her money, bought her a ticket so that she could take the bus back home to Joliet.
Okay.
He says she was to take the bus back to Joliet, get her children, and we'll explain why they weren't with her,
Mhm.
and then fly back to Texas where Gil was going to have Christmas with his family. The family says, Joan's family,
Mhm.
says the story was bullshit, bullshit, bullshit from the beginning
Yep.
because Gil kept saying, Joan decided, Joan wanted
Mhm.
to,
I
Joan
thought
told me,
yes.
blah, blah,
Yes.
blah. And they said, this man
Mhm.
controlled every aspect of her being.
Mhm.
There is no fucking way in hell that he would have allowed her to make any goddamn decision. So they called bullshit from the get go with this story. She has never been heard from again.
Mhm.
and the couple lived in the 100 block of East Zarley Boulevard in the Preston Heights area of Joliet. There were multiple documented instances of domestic violence. There are police reports. There was one instance in which Joan walked into the police station, obviously had been beaten, bruised, battered. Like, there is
Mhm.
all the evidence to say that this man was a very abusive husband.
Mhm.
Joan's mother, Florence, says that Joan confided in her brother in law once that Gil told her if she ever tried to leave, he would kill her, stuff her into a barrel, and no one would ever find her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, to give you a little bit of history, as my sister just started off at the top of this, Joan was last seen on December 9th, 1988. Gil has a long history of violence, and I just want to trigger warning you all that the next part of the
Mm.
story does include the sexual assault of a minor, with some details. So please skip ahead if you need to. In 1969, Gil was arrested for aggravated incest. So just how it sounds.
Ew.
100%.
He
There
was the
are no.
creepy fucking uncle.
Yeah,
Ew.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Blech.
Oh, creepy uncle doesn't even fucking come close to this
Doesn't even
motherfucker.
cover it. Mm.
There are no records that are available that state who the victim was. So I just want to preface this. Um, if you search it, you may not find anything, or whether he was convicted. So 7 years later, in 1976, he was arrested for the forcible rape of an underage relative. The victim reported this to the authorities, but then decided not to continue further with the investigation because of pressure from her family.
Why were people like that back in the day where, I mean, they still are, but if you have someone come to you and tell you a story like that, like what in the world in your brain would not let you help or believe this person?
In
I don't understand that.
1976, there could very much have been that thing of people will think that you did like you're this type of I don't
Oh
know. I'm
my
not even going to try and
God.
put my brain there because it was also the year I was born and that was a glorious moment for us. Um the victim reported this to the authorities, like I said, and then didn't pursue because of pressure. The victim was 12 years old.
She was a
12
child.
years old is a fucking baby.
So nowadays, there is mandatory reporting where
Yes.
it doesn't matter what the
Doesn't
family wanted.
matter.
It kind of
Mhm.
even doesn't matter what the victim wants because of
Mhm.
her age or his age at the time.
Mhm.
That shit goes full steam ahead.
So the victim reported that Gil tied her to the bed, gagged her, and said, "Now I'm going to make you a woman,"
Ew,
before
ew.
raping her.
Blech. Just turns my stomach.
The level of trauma, like
Depravity.
12 years old,
Oh my
I
God.
I can't.
I can't.
At the same time these charges were pending, he had pled guilty to battery and endangering the life of a child. This would be his son, Gil Jr.
What the
Gil
fuck?
Jr.'s mom had reported signs of abuse to the authorities. So, according to witnesses, Gil had become enraged because the baby, the 8-week-old baby,
Two
woke him
month
up.
old baby.
Mhm. And he had beaten him so badly on the back of his thighs that he left bruises. Uh,
A newborn.
th- b-
I
do
can't.
you know how fucking small a little baby
They
newborn
don't
is?
even straighten out.
No,
They're not
they're
they're
still in
like
crunch mode.
I
They're
don't
still
even
in crunch mode.
what the fuck?
They only know eat, sleep, cry.
Yeah.
In my kids' cases, they just knew cry, cry, cry. Only cry, cry, cry. I think there's a song called Cry, Cry, Cry.
Cry, cry, cry.
Um, his first wife, Lily, Gil Jr.'s mother, reported the physical abuse while she was pregnant with Gil. So she was abused as well. When it comes to the 12-year-old that we talked about earlier, like what fucking family member would ask a child who's been through that not to continue the investigation? We already mentioned that. But
Mm.
now you've got you've got Gil's wife also saying, so She was abused while she was pregnant. She
Mhm.
was abused after.
Mhm.
There's a lot of shit right here just to unpack in that little tiny bit of information about
One
Gil.
paragraph. And
One
I'm like,
paragraph, and we've got a pretty solid picture of the individual that we're talking about.
wow.
Gil was interviewed for the podcast The Vanished,
Mm.
and all that we can say is that he is all over the place when they ask about his relationship with Lillian. So again, Lillian was not the woman we're talking about. That's Joan. Lillian was Gil's first wife. That's
First
his
wife.
first wife.
Technical wife, yes.
So in some of the statements, he says, I met her when she was 15. And some, he says, I took her out when she was 21 and we got married. He says he caught her smoking pot and drinking. He says that he's the hard worker, that he worked all day, 16 hours, and Lillian was always drinking and throwing up because she couldn't handle her liquor. So I'm just curious, Gil. Was she 15 and not able to handle that liquor? Or was she
Mhm.
21 and not able to handle that liquor?
He
Like, or
doesn't
was she
even he doesn't even seem to notice that he's describing the fact that he, as an adult, was courting a 15-year-old child, and that's okay.
was that legal back then?
I don't think it was ever legal,
I'm pretty sure it was.
but I don't think
Like, that's
anyone
how they
cared
did
about
it.
it back then.
No, you're right. So, so poor Lillian is thrown up because she's gotta self-medicate.
Mm,
He's blaming her for his behavior. So it's her actions that make him behave this way. Takes
mhm.
no accountability for his actions.
No.
And we all know if she was drinking, it was because she had to get through the fucking day of his goddamn abuse.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy right here, our friend Gil, seems like a real catch,
Mm,
right? Like the
mm,
kind of guy that you
mm.
just kind of want to bring home
I
and blood
mean,
eagle. Okay,
there it is.
I want to sharpen my knives in front of him while I tie him to a bedpost and say, I'm going to make an eagle out of you now.
There it is.
Okay,
Here we go,
here we go. Take that, Glenn. Is it Gil?
motherfucker.
What?
Gil.
What? Whatever.
Dickhead.
Um, Lillian says there was no indication of violence until they had been married for 3 months. So, what do we call that? The honeymoon phase. And then it's all over.
It's interesting how they can hide that sort of thing, how they can become like,
Mm.
I can remember sitting in my kitchen in
Mhm.
Lockport.
Mhm.
I moved into that house in June?
Mhm.
I think it was June, and the summer wasn't even over. So we're talking 8, maybe 10 weeks, and I remember sitting in the kitchen, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this person?
You know, I was
Who
just
the
going to
f what
say,
the
how does
fuck?"
that what happens that they flip the switch like that?
Because they don't have to hide anymore. They think you're there, you're done, you're caught, you're
Is
like,
that it?
they don't have to hide it anymore.
You a simple-minded son of a bitch. Do you really think I won't fucking leave?
I
Just
think they
leave?
do. I
Just
think they
quietly
do.
leave and make no noise and pack my bags and go?
I think
No,
they
I'm
really
just
do.
you and I have never talked about that, and you're gonna spill the beans in Vegas,
Oh, okay.
okay?
Alright then.
Um, so getting back to poor Lillian, all hell broke loose after that 3 months.
Mhm.
He beat her when she tried to leave. He even held a knife on her.
And her
They were married for
mother.
several years despite the abuse. They had 3 children together. And then somehow she got free of him. I would
So,
imagine he probably lost interest in her
that's
and
it
was like,
it
"Go
that
ahead
can
and
be
go."
the only explanation, is that at some point, he moved on, and that was the only thing, and she managed to survive that long because if it was his choice, it wasn't changing.
I would
There
love
was a
to know if they're
story.
divorced. Like, I don't know if you cover it in here. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but in the story that we heard, Joan left a husband for Gil,
Yeah.
and I'm curious if his
That's according to Gil, though.
okay. No, 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 that was according to the sister or her
Oh.
family. And I'm just wondering, do we know the timeline? Because I didn't do it. You did all the hardcore research. I just listened to everything.
So
And I would love to know if his divorce from Lillian, I can't not hear Eddie Murphy in
no,
my
no, no,
head.
no.
Lillian.
Lillian.
If he if his divorce to Lillian was not on the heels of his marriage to Joan.
It was not,
Okay,
because
thank you for that.
there's another person in between that he abused.
And how does he get them?
Indeed.
How?
What in the world?
I
Like, are
don't
these
know.
just women that he
You
knows
know,
that he can control them, like, he knows how to manipulate them, they're all looking for safety, security, someone
I was
to
just gonna
take
say,
care of them?
I don't wanna say that. I'm gonna take back what I just said. It sounded very judgmental, and I don't like that for me, for the women out there, because I like better lifting all of us up and sticking
Mhm.
together, and
I
we
think
don't
he
learn
found
that
these
until
women
we're
at
our
the
age.
I think he
Give
found these
Yeah,
women at the wrong time in
yes,
their
we're gonna
life.
give these women a break and just say,
100%.
"Girl, I fucking feel you."
So there was a story that one time Lillian tried to leave, and I think she was pregnant with the first boy. One time she tried to leave. She went to her mother's house. He went to the mother's house, banging on the door, banging on the door. I don't know if they called the police or not, but he got into the house and he even held a knife to her mother's throat
Oh, fuck
and
no.
threatened her mother. And then she went back home with him. Like, the only way sometimes to survive is to wait for your chance,
Yeah,
you know? It's
that's what we
crazy.
learned in Sleeping with the Enemy.
Indeed.
You gotta wait for your chance.
Mm.
Okay.
So, one thing that was funny, not funny, but interesting, I know we don't like that either, is he describes how Lillian pursued him. Like,
What?
he met her somewhere, and then all of a sudden she shows up at his house and parks the car in front of the house. And then he goes down to talk to her,
God.
and she's like, I remembered where you said you lived and blah blah blah. He never sought them out. They followed him home.
Okay, so here's the thing though. We don't
It's
wear
bullshit.
crazy on our sleeves all the time.
But
Right?
it's
Isn't that what
bullshit.
you just said? That
Yeah.
no, but it's what you just said. You get married to them, the 3 months are over, and then they're like, "Let me introduce you to
Yeah,
real
yeah,
Gil."
yeah. But
So maybe
I don't
he
believe
was
it for
only
a I don't believe it for a second. I don't think these women pursued him at all. I think he pursued
okay,
them. But
okay,
his narrative is like, "Oh no, they came after me. They picked
okay.
me up."
Yeah, you're
Like,
probably
that's
right. I'm wrong. Shame on me.
stop it.
No.
So he does the same thing with Joan. He says
Mhm.
Joan pursued him, went to the shop because they both worked at the bus barn,
Mhm. Mhm.
Pace, transportation, whatever. Went to the shop to talk to him at every opportunity, drove to his house to talk to him. He describes every single woman the same way. They sought him out, not the other way around.
Here's the thing. I've sought out men. I didn't know if any of them were fucking cuckoo cuckoo.
True.
I mean,
You don't know.
you don't know, and I
Mm-mm.
remember a time, and I'll be vulnerable here, where a younger, in her late 20s, early 30s, Lisa was very interested in finding that right guy, and I made a
Mhm.
lot of mistakes in wrong
Oh,
guys.
kissed a lot of frogs, a lot
And
of them.
so, but if you have this image, what is the fairy tale image that we all have in our heads of what Mr.
Mhm.
Right, and you see somebody who might, maybe they have their own house, maybe they have a good job. I mean, if he was a mechanic and he had his own place, you don't know that this psycho is who raped his niece, or
You don't
like, you
Yeah,
just
you don't
don't
know that
know.
history, right? So,
Ladies, we're in this together right now.
then he says the same shit about Joan. All of a sudden, she's drinking, she's smoking, she's pregnant, and he's trying to tell her about how she shouldn't drink while she's
Oh,
pregnant.
shut up,
Get the
Gil.
fuck out of here.
Your name is stupid too.
He says Joan never cleaned the house, never took care of anything. He
Eh,
literally went on and on and on about how
alright.
she liked to wear dresses and as opposed to pants. And when she drove the bus and he had to educate her
Ugh.
on wearing pants to work, literally says this, because it's harder to rape you if you have
Ew.
pants on. What is wrong with this man?
Well, he's a raper, so maybe he knows.
Maybe he knows. The thing that he does,
A
and I've
raper
seen
would
this,
know.
I've seen this in some people. I don't know what the diagnosis is, but they talk in
Narcissist?
circles. It might be narcissists. They talk in circles. Like you ask them a question and then they spin this like yarn and they never actually answer the question. And that's how he talks. Like you ask him a question and he dances around for like 5 fucking minutes and at the end
I
of it you're like,
Yes. Wait, you never answered the question.
"So what I said was."
Wait, I'm gonna tell you something that could get me in so much trouble right now, and it's
Okay,
totally okay because
do
'cause I'm
it.
not gonna use names. I work with a girl who, like, if you ask her a question, she won't answer the question, but she'll like, I'll give you an example. So if you're like, "Hey, um, I saw that on your calendar you had XYZ for Monday. Are you available for this?" And she would be like, "I told you that Sunday is the first day of the week, and Monday is the second day of the week, and Tuesday is the third day of the week." And then you're like, "N no,
So the question
but I
was,
didn't." "Yeah, no, no, you didn't answer the question." And then she'll get, like, annoyed with it, and I'm like, "No, answer me,
how do
though.
people answer
Answer
me
me."
this.
Yeah,
How do
I
people
will.
how
Watch
do
me answer.
people who respond to questions like that,
Yep.
how do they get a job? If you're
Uh-huh.
sitting in an interview and someone asks you a
Thinking.
question and you dance around it and never actually
Mhm.
answer that question, how
Yep.
do you get an offer of employment? It's so obvious when they do it. Like, how.
No one else applied for the job.
Okay.
Boom. You asked, I
There it is.
answered.
There
Duh.
it is. There it
There it
is.
is.
Mm,
Pointed, clear,
mm.
concise.
So,
You're
yeah.
welcome.
The only real thing is that there were drugs in the house and all of the
When
kids,
are there
because there
not?
are 3 kids from the first marriage with Gil. There's
Mhm.
3 kids from the first marriage, 2 or 3 kids
So he's the
from the first
stereotypical likes to spread his seed.
blended family. So, like, Joan had 2 or 3 children from her first marriage. Gil had 3 kids, I know for sure, from the first marriage. Then
Okay.
they had 1 child together.
Right.
The daughter, Sarita, is the one that they have together and
Right.
who is doing a lot of the interviewing and talking.
Okay.
And she
Right.
says Gil was selling drugs. He was selling drugs. All the kids knew it. People in the neighborhood knew it. There were drugs in the house, but guess what? They didn't belong to Joan. It was Gil who was selling them. Okay.
Okay.
And she said, even in like in today, because he's obviously alive and whatever,
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
she would talk with him and ask him about these different things. And he was 1,000% hypocritical. Even today, if she drank an alcoholic drink in front of him, he'll be like, you shouldn't do that as he's drinking the beer.
Wait, this is Sarita?
This is his daughter.
Ew.
So
I'd
even in
throw that
like,
beer right in his face. I'd be like, Fine then,
So,
motherfucker.
like,
Here."
even in today's world, like, he's one of those people who's, like, so judgmental of everything you do, but he's doing exactly the same thing, and it's okay that he does it. It's not okay that you're doing it.
Okay, so I'm gonna let me buff up the backstory on our friend Gil,
Mm,
okay? Because where you might have thought he was the worst, I'm just gonna feather in a little bit more for you to look at.
'kay.
Um, there were there was a report of multiple women that Gil had beaten. Okay, so
Mm.
now you're talking about the man he is today. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, we've only heard from two women. Yes, ma'am.
Now, Sarita did say that
Hmm.
her grandmother, Joan's mother, told
Hmm.
her Joan was not an angel. She
Who
knew how
among
to
us?
She knew how to push people's buttons. She knew how to get back at you.
Good
If
for
you
her.
if you pissed her off, she knew exactly how to stick it to you. She
I
was
like her.
clever.
I like her.
And then Sarita says with her father being such an abusive prick,
Hmm.
Sarita says it was a match made in hell cuz he
So
had that temper and Joan knew exactly
that
what to do to
yes,
provoke
and that
him.
sounds like a lot of two wrongs don't make a right kind of
I
a
agree.
situation.
I agree.
I was in a relationship where it was not physical of abuse, but like we definitely doled out a handful of verbal. And I was just at I mean, like, I'm like, "Oh, you wanna go? You wanna go? Let's go. I'm fucking up. Let's do it. I'll
You
fucking take you down."
psychopath.
And I would deliberately get this person so mad. I would because the madder they got, I'm like, "Yeah, really? Why don't you go fuck yourself?"
Oh.
So I would always remain very calm, and they would have this vein in their head, and I'm like and he would get so mad, and I'm like,
Is
"He's
this the
gonna
person who used to sleepwalk?
Yes. Yes,
I could see that.
and he yes, and I used to deliberately, like, egg him on,
Oh.
and the madder he got and then sometimes I would laugh because 'cause I'm like, "You look fucking ridiculous right now, screaming like an
Lisa.
idiot." Oh, I was trying to dig my own grave.
Uh, I mean,
But
it sounds like you were trying to give him a stroke, to be honest.
tit for tat, I guess you would
Eh,
say. I mean, it's just I was young and stupid and like
yeah,
all
we
of
all
us. I
do
mean,
that.
this is the story of all of us, right?
Yeah,
The
I
stories
agree.
that we tell, I stand in judgment of no woman because it's the story of all of us. We're in this together.
I
This
agree.
is this is a story we've all we lived it. We know someone who lived it. We saw someone who lived it. Joan, we're there with you. Gil, go fuck yourself.
I agree.
All right.
1000% on that front.
1,000. Here we are now. Multiple women that Gil has beaten up on. One that he beat up so badly that he essentially left her for dead. That's like attempted murder in my
Yeah.
book. So Florence remembers taking Joan for x-rays. Florence would be her mom.
Mhm,
And she took her to a women's shelter over and over, but Joan would always go back to him. And
mhm.
it's hard. I
You
mean,
don't
what are
know
you
till
gonna
you're in
go
it.
to you're
You
gonna go
just
to a
don't
women's
know.
shelter or go to the bedroom that you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard.
It's really hard, and they're very good at, "Oh, I'll never do it again," and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
There was a statement of a woman between Lillian and Joan. Her name was Sandy. Gil accused her of having an affair with her boss. So he goes into the shower and told her that she better admit it by the time he got out or he was going to beat her. So was that like 2 minutes? Like, are you washing your hair? How much
Mhm.
time do I have? Like, really
Yeah.
give me, are you doing like a lather, rinse, repeat? Or what? Because I
I
really
don't
need to
know.
know how much time I have to think about this situation.
Yeah.
So she runs out the front door. Gil runs after her, full naked. Like,
Mhm.
I, okay, struggles with her outside, drags her back in, and starts beating her. She blacks out. And when he hits her over the head with something, so she's now, whatever it was he had, gone.
Yeah.
Wakes up in the shower with the water on her. So did he, like, give her a concussion? Is that
Yeah.
how he got her back up?
Yeah.
Someone heard or saw something, and that caused them to call the Will County Sheriff's Office, who showed up and insisted on seeing her before leaving. Gil tells her she better not say anything about the injuries or he's got a gun and he's gonna kill them all. So she comes out with a towel wrapped around her head. This was only one incident where there were many that he hit her on the head with stuff, splitting her head
Yeah.
open. Sandy says if he killed Joan, no one would ever find her.
Mhm.
I want to know this. Where are where do men know where to take these women? Because this is not the first, it's not the last, it's one of many here in
So
Illinois. Where are they going with these
so
women?
this was what was interesting when I was listening, I think, to part 2 of the podcast, The Vanish. Sarita says that she believes that he killed her mom, right? Like,
Mhm.
wholeheartedly, like, she's
Right.
not just missing. She believes that there was an altercation, a fight, whatever you wanna call it, and as she kept saying over and over again, he took it too far. He finally went too far. Like, that those are the words that she kept using. She says she does not believe that it was premeditated, in which he was already planning it out, thinking it out, all of that, that it was
Mhm.
something that kind of happened on the fly.
I remember hearing that. I remember hearing that.
I I disagree. with that. I mean, just
For her
hearing the
never to
story,
have been found
he
means there
had to
had
have
to be
planned
yes,
something.
agreed. I
He
don't
had
like
to,
to
whether he was imminently going to
yeah.
do it or it was just something that,
Yeah.
like, in his brain, he planned out and, like, if it ever happens, it's gonna go this way. I'll give him that much, but he had to have had forethought because there's no way you'd have to be really fucking lucky to get away with something.
Well, we also know, though, that she wasn't reported missing for a couple
A
weeks.
long time.
So you have that time to stop like, some of the cases that we've talked about recently, we did, where there's, like, a short period of time between when the person kills their spouse and when they are
Mhm,
reported missing, where they
mhm,
maybe don't have that grace period where they can sit down and be like, "Fuck, what am I gonna do now?"
mhm,
And in this case, you freak out, you make mistakes, whereas or they planned it.
mhm.
So which is it? You had time, you planned it, or both?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the weeks before Joan disappeared, a coworker, a friend of hers, told the police that Joan had given him a savings book and some cash, and that she was preparing to leave him. So
We
she
know
was
that's the most dangerous time, right?
that is the only more dangerous time is if she was pregnant.
Yeah.
So and that's just
So Gil tells this bullshit story of the disappearance like, we weren't planning to go to Texas, but my mom was sick and we decided to go. But in the part one episode of The Vanishing, there were
Mhm.
multiple witness accounts of how Gil had such an awful time with Joan's family at Thanksgiving. He was adamant they were going to Texas for Christmas. So
Right.
his
I
story
remember that.
changes a lot.
I remember that.
He tells so many fucking lies, he can't even remember what they are all,
That's
what
how
all of them are.
liars get caught because
It's
they don't
nuts.
they're like, "Fuck, did I tell a lie about that one or the truth? Fuck, fuck, just
Lie,
lie
lie,
about it
lie, lie,
again."
lie, lie.
And then you lie because you lie a different lie from the first lie.
I know.
Liars, let me tell you something.
Liars.
Don't say anything. That's how you don't get caught. Just don't say anything.
Just say lawyer.
Just don't say anything. You know what you say?
So,
I don't know.
one me.
What me?
There's a Eddie Murphy. Hey, one
One
me.
me. For those of you
So,
that don't know that reference, it's Eddie Murphy's stand-up comedy, Eddie Murphy Raw and Delirious, back from the
yes.
80s and 90s. They
And
are
it is,
fantastic.
we should not have been watching them at 11 and 12 years old.
What's that now?
No way, no how.
No.
Completely inappropriate.
And there we were. Man.
Dick swinging.
All right, go ahead.
I shot the sheriff.
Oh.
Okay. So Gil says they went to go get the kids. Their father, Larry, so these are Joan's kids from her first marriage. Their father, Larry,
Hate
said
this
no.
fucking Gil guy.
Gil.
Yeah.
The father, Larry, said no, she couldn't take them.
No, she
So
could
Gil
not.
says, well, let's just cancel the trip. We'll call the lawyer. We'll see if we can somehow get the kids. Gil says he told his boys, they drive back to their house. He tells his boys, stay in the car. When they got to the house, he had to go into the house and make a phone call. He
Mhm.
claims he called Joan's father to ask if Joan had told him about the trip. And the dad says, yes, she did. And the dad told Larry that they were going to take the kids out of the state. And that's when it all blew up. And that's why
Got it.
Larry said no, because it sounds like Joan was going to take the kids across state lines without telling their dad where she was going.
So, hang on, hang on.
I really don't know.
It sounds like she was supposed to have them for Christmas, so maybe she just assumed, "I'm just taking them on my holiday where I'm
Yeah,
gonna be on
where
my
I'm going to be.
holiday."
Yeah.
And, that whole state line thing, is that, like, relatively new, or is that, like
No,
okay.
when you have a custody agreement, if it's
And
joint custody, you
y
have to have
right,
the
right,
other
right.
parent's permission to do things like Rick had to have my written permission to take the kids to Florida, to take the kids to Mexico
Okay,
when they were, yeah.
okay.
So, and she didn't have any custody. She had visitation.
Eric has to have my written consent to take them to McDonald's and to take them to daycare every day.
Everywhere.
I know, they tell
So
on him so bad too for
I
everything.
love it.
I know,
So once
snitches get
again,
Skittles.
it's all Joan's fault that the whole trip fell apart, right? It's all on her.
Of course.
Then it's Joan's idea to take Sarita and go on without all the other kids.
Bullshit.
I call bullshit.
I call bullshit.
So
I
they
challenge
leave.
that.
This is still Gil's story. They leave. They
Mhm.
have Sarita. He says Joan's usually reading a book when she's in the car and I'm driving. And he's like, and she's reading this book, but she's not turning the pages. Like she's daydreaming, like her mind isn't on the book.
So
He's
she's
like,
a fragile woman that he's painting the picture of this fragile
he
woman.
he makes it
Fuck
sound like she
off.
was commiserating or kind of thinking about the situation as they're driving. And eventually he says they stopped for gas and she's like, give me money. I want to go back. I want to get the kids. I don't want to spend Christmas without them.
I challenge
He
that.
says he gave her $500 to go back and get the kids.
Challenge time 10.
Every story he told, cops, family, friends, he told them different amounts. I gave her
Okay.
$500. I gave her $1,200. I gave her $1,500. The story changed every fucking time. Then he claims he goes, drops her off. She takes a bus, right? Whatever. He goes on to Texas. He spends the holiday there with his mother and his family down there. He comes back to Joliet. And when
Uh-huh.
he gets back to Joliet, the drawers in which her clothes were are all empty and jewelry is missing. Then he goes to the cops and reported her missing because now he doesn't know where she is, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
His story, go ahead.
Can I tell you how much $1,500 was in 1976?
This was
The
88. Yeah, do it
Hang
again.
on. I'm gonna do it. Shit.
$1,500
It's even
in
more.
oh,
Okay.
shit.
No, it's not. It's $4,100, almost
That's a lot of money.
$4,200. So if I'm traveling, like,
On a bus, you would hand me
okay,
$4,000
okay, hang
cash?
on, hang on, hang
Get the
on.
fuck out of here.
Because what if, and this
She
has
could have bought a
happened,
car and
when
driven
Eric
back.
has given me his credit card.
That's different. This is
He's like,
cash.
here's my credit card.
No, this is dead presidents. Anybody could take it from you.
You're right.
It's different. It's
Well,
different.
$4,100 in cash.
On a bus
That's so thick.
in
It's
Oklahoma.
like a big, thick wad of cash.
That's
You can't
nuts.
fold it. You can't fold that.
No, you can't.
You have to keep it in a flat fanny pack against your abdomen.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
So his stories about the dates are also wonky. In one interview,
No.
he says they left on December 7th, then it's December 10th, blah, blah, blah. But he stayed in Texas until Christmas and was back to work on December 27th. Okay. So
Mhm.
your wife says
Mhm.
she's going back to Illinois
Mhm.
to get the kids.
Yep.
And over the course of 17 days,
Uh-huh.
we'll go with December 10th.
'Kay.
17 days.
I'm there.
You never wondered why she didn't make it to Texas.
Good
You never
riddance.
once called her at home. How
Merry
are you and the
Christmas.
kids?
Mm-mm.
You never once tried to figure out what bus flight she was bringing the children back to Texas on. You
Mm-mm.
just stayed down there and
Mhm.
drove back like nothing and didn't even wonder about her whereabouts
Nope.
until you returned to Illinois over 2 weeks after you last saw her.
I'll
I
do
don't
you one
understand
better.
that.
I'll see all that and raise you one psycho motherfucker.
All
This
right.
is the same guy who is just like, maybe she left me. Yeah, I've never been controlling. Yeah, I've never held a knife to anybody's throat and threatened them. If you kill me,
And
I'm
their
gonna, or if you,
mother.
yeah, and their mother. So he's just chill as fuck about this
Fuck you.
situation now.
Fuck
He's like,
you.
he's like, man, I don't even need my pocket knife right now. I left it at home. Bullshit. He knew she wasn't fucking coming back, and that's why he wasn't fucking tripping balls.
True story.
Okay. And this is how we know.
And this is how we know.
This is how we know. The investigators checked with the bus lines. Love it. No one bought a ticket to Illinois at any time around December 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th.
Just to be clear,
How many days is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So
no
whatever
one ever
story,
no one in
whatever
Oklahoma went
no
back to
one.
Illinois.
So whatever date, doesn't matter. No one was going
Yeah,
back to Illinois.
yeah.
Sounds like now. The police interviewed Gil's kids. They
They were
relayed
little.
they
They
were
were, like,
little.
5, 6
Well,
years old.
wouldn't the Gil Jr. have been older?
He
Because
might have been,
Sarita
like,
was
around
3, 4,
Sarita was
3.
3.
So the other ones
I
would have
f
been older.
So in 1993, he was 13 or 14, I remember that. So walk it back 5, he was, like, 8. He might have been 7 or 8, the oldest one.
Okay. Um, so they went to Larry's house to get Joan's older kids. There was an argument and they left that house without her kids. So this is how
This
the
is what the
evening
kids
went,
say that
according to the
they
kids. All right,
witnessed.
let me
Okay.
clarify. So this is the night of. According
Mhm.
to the kids, they went to Larry. This would be Joan's ex. Joan's
Mhm.
ex, Larry, had custody of all of her kids. One of
Yep.
them was from a previous, one of them was,
That's what it was.
there were,
I
yes.
got it. Okay.
Right. I'm sorry. So we're all there now. Joan
Okay.
had 3 kids. 2 of them Larry had custody of. One was biologically his, one was adopted his.
Got it.
Sarita was hers with Gil.
Yeah.
She said to Larry, "You take the kids. I can't do this." He said, "Okay, they're mine now."
Mhm.
So he had custody. So she went to his house and said, "I'm going to take the kids. They're
It's
going
my
to Christmas with
holiday.
me. It's my holiday and we're going to go to
Mhm.
Texas." And Larry said, "Pump the brakes, bro. You're not going to Texas. You're going to keep the kids here in Illinois or you're not going to take them." So she left the house without the kids and drove back to their house in Joliet. I'm sure not happy about this.
Mhm.
Gil and Gil and Joan went into the house and then Gil came back out without her. This is according to Gil's kids.
Mhm.
This is in 1988.
Mhm.
Okay. Then in 1993, the same child, Gil Jr., told them more. He believes that he saw Gil kill Joan in 1993. This is what he says. Gil Jr. was 13 or 14 now, and he was being interviewed. They interviewed him for 14 hours.
I don't know if that's true. That was
Okay.
what the family said.
That's a long time for a
If this
13
is
or
true,
14-year-old.
that was coercion. There's no way they should have been talking to him without a parent, like all the
Right.
things.
Well,
Whether
his
they knew
parent was
this,
Gil Sr.
but Lillian.
I mean, true. Okay.
So I don't know if anyone knew that they could say no back then, to be fair.
So Sarita did say that she thinks the interview was bad. Like the cops coerced him. They kept
Mhm.
telling him, you saw something. And that this was the
They were
other.
like, "You saw this, you saw that." You know, like they kept going, going, going
Right.
until he just agreed with them to make them stop, is the way
And
that it was described.
okay, I don't love saying this, but like we know,
They did that shit a lot, man.
Illinois cops kind of have had our hands slapped a time or two. Don't get mad at me, guys. I love you all, but y'all sometimes get your hands slapped for some shit.
There was a really bad
Just call a
guy
spade. Just own it. Okay, I
that
fuck up
was
all the
like the
time.
head
I
of
shit the bed all the
everything.
time.
I'm just saying.
That's all I'm saying, guys. We're in it. The ladies are in it together. Y'all need to be in it together. You sometimes do some shit you shouldn't be doing.
True
So,
story.
unfortunately, yes, we can see this happening. They did that shit a lot to get confessions and answers that they wanted. And again, I bring this up to that one story. What did we do? Murder in Illinois? Yes. Where
Well,
they are
he was
allowed to lie to
oh,
you, to
yeah.
tell you. I find that troubling.
They're allowed to bluff. Mhm.
I find
100%.
that quite troubling. I don't like it.
Mhm.
So, um, Gil states that he saw, oh God,
Gil Jr.
Gil Jr. states that he saw Gil Sr. grab Joan, snap her head back and forth, and then drag her to the bedroom by the throat. Gil Jr. said he got scared and went back to the truck before Gil Sr. came out. Gabriel said he
His younger
saw
brother.
okay, I was going to say that's his younger brother, saw
Mhm.
Gil Jr. get out of the truck and walk to the window in front of the house. Gil
So
Sr. came
Gabriel
out.
remembers
Mm-hmm.
that
That the
Gil
other brother.
Jr. left the truck and was looking in
Mm-hmm.
the window of the house. He kind of corroborates the story.
And then this is where Gil Sr. comes out and he drives the kids back to their mother's house. and told her they weren't going. So we know from her though, right, that he brought the kids back there
Yeah.
and said they weren't going to Texas.
Yeah.
The trip he insisted they had to take.
Yep.
Okay, the
Adamant.
trip that adamant that they were going to take the trip that I'm sorry, isn't this the trip that Joan disappeared on?
Yeah.
So he told her they weren't going,
Yeah.
but then he told everybody else this is where they were going
Yeah.
because that's where she disappeared.
Lies after lies after lies. Like,
And
I
if
don't
you're
know
all
what's up or
confused,
down.
you're fine. We're all
The
confused.
cops had lots of charts. They had a whiteboard like
Oh, I
nobody's
bet they had a
business
gigantic whiteboard
just to
with
keep all this shit
fucking
straight. I'm
timeline
telling you.
shit everywhere.
Fucking ridiculous.
Go.
Okay. February 1993, after Gil Jr. tells them these things.
There are so many gills.
I know. So the little guy tells the story,
There we go.
blah, blah, blah. The bad guy is arrested and indicted by Will County.
In 1993.
Yep.
Okay.
This and at this time when they arrest him, this motherfucker had another fucking girlfriend. He had
We're not blaming
another
the ladies.
he had another fucking
She
girlfriend
might not have known.
to
She
beat
might have been
up.
so happy he was arrested.
I'm sure she
She might have been
was.
sitting there and be like, "Woo, fuck
Motherfucker.
yeah, they
So
got him."
Sarita talks about how the girlfriend is the one who told her about her father being arrested because child services came to the girlfriend's house to get Sarita,
Little Sarita was living with the new girlfriend
or at
because her
least with the
mama wasn't
dad. Yeah,
there. Ew, so Gil was her primary caregiver while
correct.
ugh, I hate this
Correct.
story. Oh,
Her
Sarita.
grandmother, Joan's mother, came to get her from CPS. She lived with her grandparents for 10 months while he was detained on these charges, but no trial had occurred yet.
Okay.
Then, in May of 1994, the charges are dropped and he is allowed to go free. So apparently, there were witnesses that came forward who claimed to have seen Joan as recently as December of 1992.
Meh.
The prosecution felt that they were unable to prove their case at that time, so they dropped the charges. However, while he was incarcerated, the police did search his house. They found a bag of photos of Gil and various women doing the dirty.
Ew.
Ew. They also found and seized a 55-gallon drum that was in the garage. Remember that he'd said
Oh,
he would stuff her in a barrel and no one would ever find her.
God.
A coworker of Gil's, a man named Gene, told the police on December 9th Gil had to give the keys to the bus barn over to him because he was going on vacation for 3 weeks. Then Gil comes back to Gene's house later that same night, 10:45, and asks for the
Mhm.
keys because he has to work on the truck's headlights. Gene gives him the keys, and then Gene says there were many 55-gallon drums or barrels in the bus barn at the Pace place. There were oil in some, there were antifreeze in some, there was paint stripper that was like an acid that would burn your
Mhm.
skin in some of
Mhm.
these barrels. Gene says he came to work the next morning and Gil is there working on his truck. And Gene's like, I never saw Joan with him. I just saw Gil in the truck. The coworkers all say Gil would throw shit. He would act a fool even at work. So crazy story. When Sarita read the transcript of Jean's
Mhm.
statement,
And Jean is just a
she
coworker.
is just a coworker because he had to
Okay.
give him the keys because he was
Got it.
supposedly going to be out of
Right.
town, right?
Right.
She had a memory of being in the bus barn at night when no one else was there with her dad. She remembers sitting in the office and it had like one of those windows that
Mhm.
looks out over the
Mhm.
garage. And she could see through the window that her dad was welding something, like he had the
Oh,
welder's helmet
god
on,
damn it.
and she remembers the torch. The theory is that if Gil put Joan in one of the drums, he would have had to weld it shut in order to move her because it wasn't like it didn't snap on kind of a lid.
Can I tell you something?
Hmm.
This isn't the first story that we've heard of the drum, the 55-gallon drum.
Oh, I'm
This
so
is
glad.
why
Go. Yes.
this is why I am a plus size gal.
Oh,
No one is putting me in a fucking drum. If you're lucky if you smother me, if you could get me out of the bed, 'cause you're caught.
so can
And
I tell
also,
you?
I'll fucking kill you if you try to
s-
kill me.
So can I just tell you,
Please.
while I'm writing this and hearing this story from this man and all of these things,
Mhm.
this was in 1992.
Yes.
Do you know who was a cop in Bolingbrook who would have been privy to this story?
Yes.
Drew Peterson.
Yes.
Do you know whose wife supposedly went missing after he put her in a blue barrel?
Yes.
Did he do that because he heard this story? He knew this story because he was a cop.
Oh, they're
He was in
not
that neck of the
far
woods.
from each other.
Will County and Bolingbrook?
I Let me tell you
They
something right
probably had
now.
friends.
I don't know if I love anything more than us drawing our own conclusions like
I love
this.
it.
It is the highlight of my night that you just made that connection and we have no evidence and I am confident I'm comfortable going there.
I mean, is that where he
Line
got the idea?
drawn. Yes, it
Hmm.
is. As a matter of fact, I
Interesting.
think it is. You heard it here first.
Hmm.
A murder with my
So
sister.
I'll tell you
We're there
another
together
thing.
now.
When I heard this about Sarita, where she's like, I had this weird memory, this
Uh-huh.
dream, whatever. And then when she read this, she was like, holy shit, that actually probably happened.
Oh.
I had a weird memory and I didn't know from where it was. Like, I didn't know
Mhm.
how old I was, but I remember being in my crib. I remember looking up at walls. I remember a mobile hanging over my crib, and the walls were cinder block
Mhm.
and they were painted white. No house that we ever lived in had these walls, so I didn't know
Mm-mm.
what this memory was.
Mhm.
When I was probably in high school, Aunt Debbie was going through these photograph albums and stuff, and I saw
Uh-huh.
pictures of the apartment that Fran and Bob used to live in Hawaii,
Mhm. Mhm.
and it had cinder block walls and they were painted white. And I was
For
like, "That
y'all,
is
my
so
sister
weird."
maybe that's why you're a traveler because you were born in Hawaii and you lived in Hawaii and you're just like you got a little taste of it. Y'all, my sister was lived in Hawaii
Pearl Harbor,
for a time
less
when
than
she
a
was a
year,
baby.
a bit. But
I
isn't
was
that weird
conceived
how,
there
like,
and then I was
yeah,
born here and I never
yeah.
left. Look at us now.
But isn't that weird though how you can
So
recall things from infancy?
it is so weird, and can I tell you that pregnancy caused me to remember things from my childhood that I completely had, like,
Really?
ooh, there was some shit that was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 close that door back up." Oh my god. Yeah, it
Wow.
was kinda crazy, like, the hormone thing that can make you remember shit, but then guess
Wow.
what?
Hmm.
Perimenopausal hormones,
Make
you
you forget
forget
everything?
shit. Yes, girl.
I forget everything.
Yes.
I
All
like
of it's
it.
gone. That's why sometimes I'm like, "Don't worry about telling me
Blink.
secrets at work, girl. I'm gonna forget this in 5 minutes. You're safe. Your secret's safe with me, boo."
So Sarita says when they asked Gil, "Did your wife leave Illinois with" apparently he took a polygraph at some point. "Did your
Oh, the
wife
good old polygraph.
mm, did your wife leave Illinois with you on December 10th?" The polygraph came back inconclusive
Mhm.
because she did leave
She
with
did. She
him,
left with him.
but she was already dead.
Oh.
So, Sarita thinks he disposed of her in the
Oh.
Red River, which would have been between Texas and Oklahoma, or even in Mexico someplace, because they were in their town in Texas, they were right on the border. She
Mhm.
also believes that her Uncle Tommy, Gil's brother, knows or helped
Okay.
in some way. He's very evasive, apparently. People have asked him things, and like you can just tell that he knows something, is what she says. There was another acquaintance.
Mhm.
I don't know how he knew this person, but the person testified that Gil got two 55-gallon drums from him, and he said he was using them for a pig roaster. He was going to cut them in
Get
half like for a
just get
barbecue.
over yourself with these fucking drums.
Gil or the friend says Gil said Joan was going to take Sarita away from him and he had to get rid of this bitch. That's premeditation. He was buying the things that he needed from someone and planning this. My thought is he needed these drums because he had to replace the ones that had the chemicals in it that he was going
Right.
to steal
Right.
from the bus
Right.
barn.
If there's chemicals in one, well, but then why wouldn't you just no, never mind. I don't wanna go there.
Like,
All right.
I don't know.
Okay, apparently there was someone who said that they had seen and talked to Joan in 1992, and that Joan was living with a man who had a white truck. So,
Really,
oh dear
really.
God, help me with this now. Joan would have been how much in 1992? She would have so she
So
disappeared
34,
in
5, 6, 7, 8, about 38 years old
mhm.
at that time in
So
1992.
this is how he gets released. So he's
Yes,
arrested, everyone, so that we're back on the same page. He's arrested.
in
He's
93,
incarcerated in 93,
10 months. And
and a
then
woman
somebody comes
says,
out of the woodwork telling these stories.
that I talked to, and Joan was living with this man who has a white truck.
So now
Great.
they're not sure
Can
if
you
she's
give me a
dead.
little bit more information than just a man with a white truck?
But they have all these other things that are so damning. And because they have one fucking person who says that they saw her, but they can't produce her in any way, shape, or form, I don't
I
do they re
think this
I mean,
was
you're at the mercy of a fucking jury who let me
here's
tell you that story again.
can I interject my law expertise right now?
Mhm.
Because I think in 1992 and 3, they did not have no body cases,
They didn't
right?
ha if they did, they didn't have many. You're right. You're
So
100% right.
thank you. Fuck,
100%.
that was fucking easy. All right,
Mm.
I'm gonna go for number 2. Um,
Don't push your luck, Lisa.
this would be largely circumstantial, this
Mm.
case,
Yeah,
okay?
okay.
So, we know
100%
that
right on that account as well.
thank you.
You're
So,
welcome.
we know that it takes time and money to try a case, and we know that we wanna do it once to get it done. So,
You only get one
it's
shot.
ick. It's ick. It's ick.
Yeah,
But here we are. We're at a girl who says Joan was living with a man with a white truck. Boom, you're out. Hey, guess what? Bring, bring, bring. Hello.
mm,
You're gone. You get to go home. Okay, I'm going to go pick up my baby. Poor little Sarita.
I'm telling you.
So this guy even says that there were witnesses that were saying things against him that just wanted to have a relationship with Joan. So
He
here he is
actually
again.
fucking said,
Gil,
"Are you
Gil,
kidding me?"
that another man, ugh, Gil, yeah, gotta stop, buddy.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Florence thinks Gil paid the woman to come forward with the sightings and the details. No shit.
I
I
would
mean,
I
not towards Florence, but like, yes. Regardless, the charges were dismissed and they could be brought up at any time again when and if there was evidence.
This
Okay.
motherfucker said in his interviews, he's like, "Yeah, they told me that they would never be able to bring these charges against me again." I was like, "Do you know the law, bitch? You were
It
not acquitted. You were just
it's
charged."
it's very difficult with this whole no body thing because there's no I mean, what evidence and the time in between, there's just nothing but circumstantial evidence right now.
Mhm.
Okay. On December 9th, 2025, welcome 2025, where we don't give
2025.
a shit
What
about
the
circumstantial
fuck?
evidence. You're gonna fucking breathe on us and we're gonna be boop, DNA. Beep boop. Beep boop boop boop
Done.
boop boop. Done.
Okay.
Guess what? Familial. Guess what? Mitochondrial. Guess what? You're going to jail,
Bye.
bitch. Bye. Okay. December 9th, 2025, a Will County grand jury returned a sealed indictment, and on December 11th, Gilbert was arrested again at his home in Flint, Michigan, and was charged again with the first degree murder of in Joan's case. Now, but this time he was charged with first degree murder. Was
Yep.
he charged the last time or was he
I
just
don't know.
exactly, exactly. We don't know what they were doing in the 90s. They barely knew what they were doing in the 90s.
Yes.
He was taken into custody by U.S. Marshals. Go Marshals!
I love
He
it.
was extradited to Will County. Welcome home, motherfucker!
Thought you
And
could
is
get
current
away.
and is currently awaiting trial.
He's
How he is
82,
literally close to me right now.
82 years old.
So
You know what I
some of
hope? I hope they're holding him in Statesville. Fucker.
you know, it's funny you said that. We just talked about that when we were driving past there the other day, because I do believe it's only minimum security there right now, and he's too old to do anything.
Probably so.
So at this time, at present, ladies and gentlemen, to bring you to the future with us, he has now been arrested. If you look on the intranet, he is awaiting trial. Authorities believe that Joan's body is still in Joliet. It's buried, that they believe it's buried in concrete.
I
She's
mean,
never been located, but foul play is suspected due to the circumstances involved. So one of the informations, or one of the sources that we had cited, was that there was a dig in Joliet where they were trying
oh,
to see if she was in this area, and she was not.
oh, okay.
Uh, here's here's the thing. They said that she was buried in concrete. And you remember what I told you about concrete?
Mm-hmm.
Rebar, bro.
Yeah. It's,
You you I don't know how iron workers, I don't know how you would get a body in between the rebar
yeah.
unless you had it chopped up, in which case you would had to have known the rebar was there, because if the rebar's not, you're not putting anybody in concrete, not without
Mm-hmm.
rebar first. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't love it when people say they're in concrete unless you're pouring the concrete yourself,
Like you're pouring a slab in your backyard all by yourself.
like Gacy did in his
Like Marie
backyard.
style, where she just fucking pours that shit, and when it cracks the next year, she's like, "Why did that happen?"
Oh, you're one of those who just rips a bag of concrete open and hoses it down, and you're like,
I've done
smush,
it.
smush, smush,
I've done
smush,
it.
smush, 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 smush.
Yep,
And
I've
then,
done it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we are
It lasts a
waiting.
couple years.
Yeah, we're all waiting. I think this will be interesting for us to see what they have now that
Yeah.
they did not have then,
Yeah.
because to date, I don't know what that is.
It
Do
is
you know what that
sealed.
is?
It's
It is
sealed.
sealed, but they didn't
Sealed.
find her. I think if they found her, we would have known.
I think you're right. I think if they found her, I think you're right. We would have at least heard that much.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe his brother talked. Maybe his brother was like on his deathbed and talked. I don't
God,
know.
I
It could be anything.
love it. Oh my
A
God, give me
deathbed
a deathbed
confession.
confession.
Who knows?
Give it to me.
I'm just
I
saying.
I don't I don't love it if it's the testimony of his kids.
Hmm.
Um, I
Memories from 30 years ago. Yeesh.
I don't, and not to say that I don't love it, like I just, childhood trauma is a
Yeah, you could
fickle
discredit.
fickle little
You could
beast.
discredit that, or you
I
could
mean,
or you could say, whatever you could, whatever the
yeah,
word is.
I'm not
Yeah.
crazy about that. But we're 2026 now,
Hmm.
okay? So we're figuring some shit out. We're trying so hard to do better. I'm trying. I don't know what everybody else is trying to do, but I'm trying to do better. That's all
I'm
I know.
gonna.
I'm trying to fucking do
I
better.
think there's a way to set a Google alert so that anything that
Fuck
comes
yeah,
up
there
for this
is.
story, I want to know like as it
Hey, I don't know how to do
happens.
that. I thought you just meant like an
I'll ask.
alarm.
I'll
Okay,
ask Alexis.
please. I
La
don't know
la la
those.
la 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 la.
La la. Yep,
I'll ask Alexis.
please. So thanks for listening, everyone.
Thank you,
We do
Charmaine,
appreciate
for
you.
telling us about this story. It was a very
Yes.
interesting one.
Thank you in the UK for staying tuned. We hope you all have enjoyed this little time together. We're
Oh
not
yeah.
done. We're we're catching up. We're catching up, but
What do
we're
you
not
mean we're
done.
catching up?
We're catching up. We used to have an inventory of stories that we could just
Yeah.
drop like a
I would say
motherfucker,
it's about 3 weeks from recording to dropping now.
which means we're getting close
So
to
Lisa
being in the
Lisa
same
likes
time
having a
frame.
savings account.
Love it. Yes. Okay.
Don't park next to vans.
Mm-mm.
Roll
Don't
up
do
your
it.
fucking windows.
Right up to the top.
Mm.
Come on, George. Just come on, George. Let's go.
Bye.
Bye.
Executive produced by me, Marie Abenante, and my sister, Lisa Linsner.
Music by John Bartman, track Shooter on the Roof. Cover art by the talented and beautiful Alexis Guerrero.
And all of this is possible editing and recording using Riverside.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye.